Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to the Driving My Mind podcast. My apologies for taking the week off. I had my dad and I was setting up my classroom. So it's been a wild week. I am back on track. I'm back to work. That's for sure. So here's to cheers to year 13? Wow, 13 years already. So I got to get to 2045. I already calculated it. I think 2045, I should be good pension wise, retirement wise, and hopefully we'll see what kind of car I'm driving, what kind of cars I'm driving then. Hey, who knows? Maybe I'll still have my Nissan Frontier. I don't know. I'm always in the back of my mind thinking, like, if that thing were to just go completely out on me, do I continue to repair it and save it, or what kind of daily would I be looking to? And I've had some episodes talking about dailies, and I would say a GR86 would be super cool, but I do love the convenience of a truck. I got a bunch of furniture on offer up since I had my dad here to help me, and so I'm trying to, like, how could I live without a truck? I'd have to get a big SUV, but then I got a recliner, and oh my God, I've been putting that thing to use for $40 on OfferUp. And I was thinking, like, in a Toyota 4Runner, this recliner is not going to fit. So, like, I would have to get a truck, even though it's kind of boring, but I don't want to pay for a Toyota Tacoma because those things are overpriced, but now they're going to hold value because the new Tacomas are just 4-cylinder putt-putt trucks, and I don't know. I always think in the back of my mind what's going to be my daily, but either way, thank you guys for tuning back in. Thank you guys for continuing to support the podcast, support the YouTube channel. Again, content's been slowly trickling in. I just, this is a teacher's lifestyle, especially around this time when we're all going back to work, the kids are going back to school, meetings, trainings, everything. It's under the rug. So, and to do it for pennies on the dollar, because man, I always think, man, if I would have gone into private industry, if I would have done something differently, or if I would have gone to a different public sector like CHP or something, man, I'd be driving Bentley Bentegas and stuff like that. So anyways, let's talk about today's podcast, which is, where do you belong in the car community? Now, I posed this question because on IG, I saw this video, and I'm literally going to play the video to you right from my phone. It's kind of gone viral in the car community, but I just want you to take a listen, and we're going to discuss this for the next 15 to 20 minutes, okay? Here we go. Let me unmute this and go.
Man, to cater to this, do you understand?
Yes, I get what you're coming from. That's fine, and there's a lot of exotic cars here, and that's fine. But
why don't you organize your own
I say
event?
everyone minds their own business, okay?
Is he allowed to? That's not an exotic car. Is he allowed?
I don't think you should turn anybody away. I think anyone
everyone should
just the community, but be happy with what they have.
Like he's got an
Like
Well, guess what? You dilute the event, then the guys that have nice cars don't want to come. And then guess what? The event becomes lousy.
That's not true.
Yes,
okay,
it is.
so then what you can
You know, how long have you been coming here?
I've been coming here for about a year now.
Okay, I've been organizing this for about 8 years.
That's
okay?
awesome.
All right, so I've been trying to curate it to get the best cars. So for 3 hours, we can have this kind of event. We have the whole county.
Yes.
They can get together any place else.
I understand.
All right.
So
No, you don't understand.
I do understand. I go to car shows all the time.
Why do you come here?
Because I like to take photos of all sorts of different cars. There was
Right,
Toyota,
right.
but there's different walks of all life here, man. Like there's old Japanese cars that park over there that I like to take photos of.
Good.
And they're trashy.
Tell you what,
bro.
you like them? Organize your own event
No,
someplace else.
that's
Yes,
not right,
yes,
man.
it is.
That's not right.
You know how many events there are in San Diego
You
County?
shouldn't turn any car people away, dude. That's ruining the car community in general. It's not. Nobody's ruining
I'm not
your
promoting
community.
the car community here. We're promoting supercars, hypercars, rare cars, vintage cars.
That's not right.
Yes, no, it is. It's our thing.
I disagree, man.
I don't care.
That's
care.
fine.
Dang. So a little backstory, if you haven't seen this or found it on IG or Facebook, all those good things. This is at Rancho Santa Fe Cars and Coffee. and this guy who is literally wearing, let me get this off, literally wearing, what is this, a Lamborghini Polo with the open, the closed-toed sandals, but you can still see the feet. He is telling a group of like JDM looking kids, right? Like, I guess one of them wanted to drive their LS Swaps 240SX. Hey, 240 boys, right? Into the Rancho Santa Fe Cars and Coffee. And if you don't know where Rancho Santa Fe is, it's in San Diego, and it is quite a wealthier neighborhood. Similar to like Orange County, but you know, it's definitely $800,000 and above out there. And I guess this Mauricio dude is trying to, claim that he's worked really hard. He's gotten to get this Cars and Coffee into more of a hypercar, luxury car, vintage car kind of scene. And he wants these JDM cats to, park somewhere else or take it to another spot or go organize their own event, simply saying that he doesn't want them there. And I wanted to get everyone's thoughts, but I wanted to give you, of course, obviously mine, what drives my mind, right? And where do you fit in the car community? Where do I fit in? And how do we, I guess, continue to, me, I'm always about building community. We're stronger together when we're not, segregating ourselves, because in a sense, we're all a bunch of car losers, right? Some people will never understand the passion and the things that we spend our money on. And it was like, oh, why do you need that car with such a big engine? Like, you're just going to get terrible gas mileage. Like, people don't understand about, why we want the V8, why we want these exhausts. So we're in essence car losers. But then I watch a video like this and I think of Mauricio trying to segregate, this guy out. And the JDM boys, I mean, yeah, they have a specific kind of look compared to him with his Lamborghini Polo. They have a kind of look, and maybe they bring riffraff. We've already talked about that in the past, about, some of the Bemer boys at the OC Cars and Coffee kind of causing a little riffraff and deny. Again, I totally get where some of this is coming from. But let's kind of break it down. Let's try to see both sides, and you guys let me know what you think. So, if I'm an organizer of a Cars and Coffee, and I'm specifically trying to promote supercars, hypercars, vintage cars, all those goody things, and I live in such a high-end community in California, I'm definitely going to try to promote and try to maybe reserve spots for these cars, give them that front row parking, that VIP parking. But in a sense, I'm not too sure if Mauricio was trying to maybe like have them park down the street, have them park in the street lot. I mean, I know this parking at Rancho Santa Fe has got to be kind of tough. But like, I see where he's trying to build a brand, right? Any organizer's trying to build a brand. Like, that's what I love about Justin with Local Car Scene, is that his brand is family-friendly car meets and car shows. And he involves the police, the sheriff's department, and he gets the people that are smoking pot or actively cursing or causing a ruckus. He kicks them out like hardcore, like beautifully. And I get where Mauricio is coming from with building the brand and building a reputation for high-end cars. However, I feel like there's a way of going about it where you don't end up in a viral post looking like a D-bag. Now, these JDM boys, thankfully, they were respectful and they were simply asking questions. And when I think of Cars and Coffee, I think of like, well, everyone's invited, right? Look at Escondido Cars and Coffee. I love them because they're always so welcoming. Bring whatever whatever you have. Let's just have a good time. Don't cause any nonsense, and let's go check out some cool cars. I love Escondido Cars and Coffee. Why? Because it's literally cars and you can buy coffee and you can see whatever you want to see. Some weeks there's not that many people coming out. Some weeks tons of people coming out. I just if you haven't seen their Chevy car week, dude, I mean, again, I love them. They're gonna have their Japanese car week. I think it's on a day with USPSA. I seriously might skip out USPSA to go check out Japanese Car Week. So, and you know me, I love my shooting. I love my competition shooting, but dude, Japanese Car Week, I almost can't miss this. But, you know, so when I think of cars and coffee, I think everybody is welcome. And so with Mauricio, again, trying to build his brand, trying to do that, and then shunning some of these other people out of the meet, I'm thinking like, well, this isn't a cars and coffee. This isn't a kind of community that is accepting and welcoming of what I have to bring, which, dude, an LS Swaps 240SX ain't a bad thing to bring at all. You know, you'd get a lot of looks. So I'm really conflicted. I try to see it from Mauricio's point of view, but, you know, again, I don't know if he's trying to become the next Orange County Cars and Coffee. But again, that weight on your shoulders to avoid like become, you know, again, I've never been a Rancho Center. This is way outside my my scope and sequence, but there's a way of politely saying, hey man, you know, we're reserving this area for the hypercars, but you're welcome to park in the, you know, in this area or in this lot, you know, we'd love to have you, right? I'm not sure why that was so difficult for him to say. Maybe the JDM boys were being obnoxious and you know, that was edited out and cut out. I am not too sure. But what, again, it sounds like is he is restricting or denying this community. And I'm telling you, this is far from what we should be doing to each other. Looking at the JDM boys, and you know, it's so hard to just be driving your S boxes and your missiles around. You know, it's not smog legal, or you always have to change it to smog to pass, because I know everyone legally drives and but I always say that in my videos to kind of piss people off. But you know, like, we have very stringent smog laws, and you know, it's I'm pretty sure an LS Swaps 240SX isn't passing smog anytime soon. So these guys are already taking a risk driving their cars out, but they take pride in it and they want to be able to show people. And, you know, maybe Mauricio's trying to, again, keep the riffraff out, which, you know, we've seen that even with people with $100,000 cars. But I feel like the JDM boys have every right to want to say like, hey man, like, can I at least park in the same like lot? This is a cars and coffee, right? Like, I should at least be able to get on the other side. Personal story. When I did the V-Dub syndicate, V-Dubs in the dark, right? You know, I brought my freaking Honda S2000 and the meet says Euros only. But I didn't park in the freaking middle of the parking lot like with all the other Euros. No, I parked off to the side because I understand it's a Euro only V-Dub syndicate meet, right? But I still wanted to participate and I still wanted to, you know, take a look at some amazing European cars. And so I understood, like, this is a Euro only meet. I should leave the main lot for the Euro cars. So if Rancho Santa Fe Cars and Coffee is a supercar, hypercar, vintage car meet, well, then you should leave that for them, right? And you're welcome to park off to the side or park off in the streets, you know, just as a common courtesy. But you shouldn't be denying them, like, you know, if there's parking in the spectator parking lot and I'm driving my LS Swapped 240, like, I should be able to park there, right? This is a spectator parking lot, right? I understand you don't want me to park next to a Bentley Bentayga or something. I don't know. Like, I keep saying Bentley Bentayga because I keep seeing that commercial on my TV show. But like, I understand you don't want to see a 240SX next to an Aventador. Okay, I totally get it. I mean, maybe unless the 240SX showed up first thing in the morning. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to find reasons and excuses for why that would happen. But, I feel like, where do you fit in the car community? I feel like, if you're Japanese and, Escondido Cars and Coffee, Japanese Car Week coming up, like, I'm obviously going to get a good parking spot because, hey, I'm a Japanese car. I went to their Chevy Car Week. I brought the S2000. I parked off to the side, right? But they never said no to, like, my car or bring in my car, any of those things. And so, I hope for Mauricio that maybe he sees the errors in his ways, right? And this guy probably can outbuy me and my mortgage and pay all my bills and debts 3 times fold, right? I'm sure he is a hard-working businessman or something like that, But I feel at the end of the day, we have to embrace each other. We have to embrace each other in the car community, especially with a Cars and Coffee, people. No matter what area you live, Orange County, Rancho Santa Fe, Escondido, Menifee, Temecula. Like, dude, that's why I'm always super excited when I see a poor man's GTI or that 98 Honda Civic. Like, that's what I like. I like to see the working man's car, and I like to see the inspiration and where they're going to build it and take it to. So embrace each other. Where do you fit in? And I hope to goodness that you're allowing others to join you with where you fit in. I don't care if you have a Pagani Zonda, okay, or something, throwback to a Gran Turismo 3, right? I don't care if you have a Pagani Zonda or a freaking a 92 Daewoo, okay? Where do you fit in? Allow others to fit in with you. Show some common courtesy if it is a Euro only or a JDM only, maybe park off to the side. But don't ever deny people who've taken their pride and joy out to the Cars and Coffee the opportunity to spectate, to park, and to enjoy. So I want to hear your thoughts. I want to see what they've, I don't know if that's going to continue to become or evolve. I started following Rancho Santa Fe Cars and Coffee, and I want to see if anything like that continues to happen. If the JDM boys want to get in touch with me or contact with me, I'd love to get like an interview with them to see what their side of the story was. That'd be so cool. But anyways, I really appreciate your time. Sorry this podcast seems short. Again, August is the craziest month for teachers, and I saw this and I was like, dude, I got to mention this on the podcast. So I really appreciate your time. Continue to look out for the podcast every Tuesday. And I kind of I'm not going to lie. I know I mentioned I'm going to put this on camera, but I like that feature of importing directly from RSS to YouTube. It does the little the background already for you and everything. So I'm sorry, guys. If you want to see my mug, you got to go to YouTube. I thought the camera stuff would be kind of cool, but dude, the import is very, very nice. So props to you, RSS. You sold me on that. Again, occasionally from time to time, I'm sure I'll do a video podcast. But until then, stay driven, stay positive. Welcome each other to the car community. Don't exclude other people. Be nice, be safe, be respectful. Keep the ratchet stuff at home. I love it though. And we'll catch you guys in next week's show. We'll keep looking for some YouTube content. Thank you guys so much. We'll catch you on the next one.